That's my submission.
Yes,
My lords, may I seek your permission to also address the issue of question number 19? We are contesting the fact that by deeming fiction, when the NT chose to say that.
matter are you appearing in that?
My lords, item number 4.
Item 4.
Yes, my lords. My lords, my submission is this. A question is set by the NTA that is ex facie ambiguous. The petitioner herein is a hardworking child who has got 711 marks. She is ranked 317. Apart from this ambiguous question, there is only one other question that she has gotten wrong. She was studying for 4 years. When she came across this question, she realized that the two NCERT books say two very different things. She knows
You didn't answer the question at all.
So she chose to not answer the question because outrightly she knows that this is an ambiguous question. And she also knows that the instructions of the question paper are extremely clear. They say that she can only answer one question.
By giving full marks to those who attempted question option 2 or option 4. Candidates who are good candidates who did not attempt the question.
Yes.
They don't get those 4 marks.
They don't. And
if you got the 4 marks, you would have gone up from 711 to 750.
I would in fact be in the top 100 marks of this examination, my lords. And currently I'm at rank 317. And this is going to, if in the top 400 marks, there's a difference of, let's say, 200 odd ranks, my lords can very well imagine what the ranking is going to look like for 108,000 students. This is going to affect the rank list entirely and completely. And my lords, the NTA tries to rely on their information bulletin, which says that if you come across a question that has 2 correct answers, you rely on one. But my lords, what they're forgetting is, I do not know till after the question paper whether they're going to treat the 2019 NCERT edition as the correct one or the one prior to it. I'm not aware of that. So therefore, I cannot make the determination that there are 2 correct answers. Therefore, I have no instruction. I cannot assume that the NTA is going to, after the exam, choose to say that it was right that you could have marked either of those. It is by deeming fiction that they decided that children have come and said that we are using books of our elder siblings and therefore we shouldn't be held responsible for it. We're using old editions. Please give us this grace mark. And then the NTA makes that decision. And therefore, if I cannot rely on any instructions that have been given to me, and I rely on the fact that this is ambiguous, I decide to not attempt the question because there is negative marking. I know that each mark in this question could mean hundreds of ranks for me. And again, I reiterate the fact that I have only one question wrong apart from this ambiguous question in my attempt. I have done extremely well. Just to take my submissions forward, my lord, I will not hold my lords for very long. There is
just one question wrong apart from this one.
Apart from this, my lords. I am at rank 317 after the revised rank has come. I am likely to be in the top 100 ranks if I am given 4 marks and I go up to 715, and there will be others who will also move up in rank. My lords, may I just submit one thing? My primary prayer is that this question should be deleted and therefore everyone will be marked out of 716 marks or out of 179 questions. But in the alternate, my lord, if we were to go by the NTA's own rules, and therefore they are only supposed to consider what is in the newest edition of the NCRT as part of the syllabus, then those grace marks should not be offered. Then they should stick to the fact that only
Option 4 is the correct answer.
that only option 4 is the correct one, and then no one should get grace marks, and therefore the rules that they have themselves set can be met. And my lords, on my primary prayer though, can I just show my lords one judgment of this honorable court from 1983, my lords? My lords, it's 1983 for SCC 309.
What's the name of the case?
Kanpur University versus Samir Gupta, my lords.
At para?
Paragraph 18, my lords. And my lords, I'll briefly state the facts. This was
what is the principle which is laid down?
My lords, the principle was exactly this. This honorable court laid down that if prima facie it is determined that a question is ambiguous, then that question should not be considered as part of the examination, should be deleted and should not be marked upon at all. This was a question also relating to a medical examination. This case also related to a medical.
Clear. The question is not ambiguous.
Yes, Your Lordship.
What they
Yes,
could
Lord-
have really,
Lordship.
what they could have really done was they could have said, look, only option 4 is the correct answer.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Because they got these representations saying that an earlier edition of the NCERT book has option.
Your Lordship, in 2019 itself, the change has been made, Your Lordship.
It was there. Earlier, the question, my lord, what they have stated on affidavit, Your Lordship, very clearly that 9 experts had finalized that answers thereafter. Thereafter, my lord, they have same line.
But
I'm arguing the
Let
same.
us finish. Let us finish.
Yes.
So my lords,
So you are saying that, well, you should be given 4 marks. Alternately, if that is not possible, then delete that whole question for everybody.
yes, my lords. And if alternatively that is also not possible, then
Or
at
treat
least-
option 4 as correct.
yes, because then
So at least then the number of people who will get that additional marks will be less.
My lords, you can see in the top 70, the people who've got 720, only 44 people will be
Your
delivered.
Lordship, there has been increase of
That is-
297% on rank 1 only because of this bonus marking that has been done by NTA.
My lords are well aware of that there is going to be a huge change in the ranking. 44 students who've got 720 is because of this question.
Your Lordship, there might be
44, right?
Yes.
Out of 61.
Your Lordship, if to consider that rank 1 is aiming to go to AIMS Delhi, if there are 50 odd seats, it is very highly not possible for even rank 1 students to get a admission in that seat, Your Lordship.
Specifically for the petitioner herein, my lords, it's the difference between whether she gets into the top 2 colleges of this country or no.
So your alternate prayer is that, look, treat only option 4 as the correct answer.
As per your rules, and that is fine.
What do the rules say?
The rules say that the latest edition of the NCERT is going to be treated as the syllabus for NEET.
In the same point, the NCERT syllabus is very clear. It gives a rationalized textbook on its website. It says that the contents which are irrelevant in the present context, the present edition is a reformatted version after carrying out the changes given above. The present textbook uploaded in PDF form are rationalized textbooks. These was rationalized for the session 2022-2023 and will continue from 2023 to 2024. So, Your Lordship, this same fact has been stated in 2019 edition as well. So, if we are going backwards in 28 and considering that a student who has studied in 2018 is giving the examination, so the student has to be aware of the latest developments that are taking place. Also, there have been circulation of fact that the study material provided by all these coaching institute, they themselves are referring to 2018 editions. I have certain copies, but Your Lordship, I'm not going on that fact. But the student has to be aware of the latest development that is
You're
taking.
not arguing that either delete this entire question and grade all students out of 716.
Yes.
Alternately, if you're not doing that, then only option 4 should be treated as
Your Lordship, in my case, I have answered the question correctly. I have answered point for the option 4 as the right answer.
I'm saying that treat only option 4 as the
Yes, Your Lordship, because the question is not ambiguous, Your Lordship.
So the difference between your learned friend and you is she didn't answer the question at all.
Yes, Your
You
Lordship.
answered, but you answered correctly question
Yes, Your
4.
Lordship.
So you're both saying treat question 4 only as the correct
Yes,
answer.
Your Lordship.
In her case, the benefit will be that the number of people who get the 4 marks will be less.
Yes, sir.
In your case, you have answered the question.
Yes.
You want the exclusion of those who gave option 2. Right?
Yes.
Let to bring more clarity, my lord. Justice Paul, I have filed an affidavit in this regard and I clarified.
What did you answer?
I have correctly answered, my lord. I have-
4 or option 2 or 4?
In my new answer paper, the option 3 was correct. That is, there
No,
are
what did you answer? Which option did you
correct
give?
answer, correct answer I have answered, my lord. That is
Correct means what? There were 2 correct answers now.
no, my lord. Only one correct answer was given in the, my lord. What happened here? Can I clarify? Only one.
Tell us, did you answer option 2 or option 4?
My lord, there are 4 options. I have correct, my lord. Correct.
You have answered 3.
Answer 3. That is correct one. That is correct one.
We are left with
That is, I can.
only one is left now.
One.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Four.
She says 4. He says
My lord,
Please, sir,
My lords,
if you give it to us, we might even come to the conclusion that option 1 was the correct option.
my lord, no, my lord, it is not. I have filed the
My
document.
lords,
Kindly give me 2 minutes, my lord,
let
to
me
clarify.
clarify.
My lord, kindly 2
My
minutes.
lords, this question has different
My lord,
options are
the
treated as
sequence is
correctly
different.
because there are different question papers where this same question is a different question number, and then the options are also differently numbered.
Yes.
So
My
therefore,
lord,
for him, option 4 is option 3.
yes, my lord,
Hence the confusion.
my lord, can I request, my lord?
The options are changed.
Yes, sir,
depending on
option
the-
also, correct.
Yes.
My lord, kindly see here.
So he's on the same.
He's on the same one
Correct.
as ma'am there.
But kindly see page number 13 of my additional paperwork, my lord. I have filed the documents on the record.
Maybe 3
I
in
have-
his case.
Yeah.
Question,
4 maybe that.
That's
4 maybe 3, yes, correct. My lord, kindly see one.
See, both your learned friends have done the arguing for you. Just sit, sail with them. That's
My
all.
lord, only one.
Let them push
One-
the oars. You'll be
that's-
better,
well,
happier. You might actually
My lord,
create a
deletion,
problem for
my
your
lord,
case.
deletion would not be with, my lord.
Both your learned young friends have made very well.
Well, can I request only one thing, well, page number 19 and 20, we
You
have,
might spoil your case and their case as well.
no, this page number 19 and 20, my lord, we have filed the NCRT textbook also, where it has been mentioned that which is correct one. In 2023, my lord, the correct one has been mentioned. Therefore, my lord, the answer which was given earlier, first time published, is the correct answer.
same, my lords. It's the same argument.
Same argument. That question 4 was the option 4 is correct.
It is in my case,
Item of option 3.
yes, my
That's
lord.
what he's also then identical to what you are.
Yes. And my lord, ranking is very important factor, my lord. We have, our petitioners have got 700, 680, 682.
So this question 90 is a problem, huh? And these are all genuine students because, see, the point is, both your young friends have made a very powerful argument that they say that, look, the instructions are that you must go by the latest version. Now, option 4 is admittedly, according to you, the correct version. You pick up that as your key.
Correct.
Now, you decided to accept option 2 based on the fact that the 2019 edition of the NCERT book had what is option 2. They are saying that, look, option 4 being the correct answer, both of them they are arguing basically on the same line. The first learned Ms. Suriti Chaudhary, she argues that, look, though I didn't answer it, don't give those who answered option 2 full mark. Your other, ma'am, what's your name?
Isha Singh.
Isha is arguing that, look, I answered that. How can you give somebody who answered option 2 full mark?
I've understood. My lord, the
There, I think they may have a point. Actually,
they have
to,
no, but the fallacy will be this, my lord. In the first argument, those who have not answered. My lord, incidentally, she happens to be a candidate who is falling within first 100, possibly.
There's
But
a possible answer to what Suriti argued, which is that if you don't answer the question, the assumption is that you don't know the answer.
exactly, otherwise this
That's the only
benefit
thing
will
against
go.
what she argued.
Otherwise, this benefit
But
will go
which she
to.
argued that, look, as a responsible student, I found that there was an ambiguity, that question 2 and question 4, rather than get a negative mark, I decided not to answer.
I have understood, my lord, that submission, that argument of my learned friend. It's a very catchy argument. But suppose, my lord, she happens to be having 700 plus. But suppose I am having only 50 marks. And I did not answer because I did not know the answer. Then, my lord, if we go by the general rule, that then delete all the answers, or those who were very confident and knew about the new rule.
Or her alternate argument, the first argument is that delete the entire question.
Yes.
The second alternate argument is that even if you allot questions, don't give me any marks. She says I'm out on that question because I didn't attempt it. I didn't know. But give 4 marks only to those who gave option 4 as the correct answer. Because her argument is, okay, I don't get anything in this. But by giving 4 marks to those who give option 2, you are actually increasing the number of people who got full marks for that.
I'll just try.
That is the area which the
I'll-
alternate argument is
I'll-
something which is very important. What they've argued.
I'll try and answer, my lord.
And even, my lord, they have changed the answer also subsequently.
And that is made very clear in the case of Ms. Isha's client, because there it's unlike the first case, her client answers that question and answers correctly. So both these candidates will, if they are right, then the number of people above them will come down
Yes.
drastically. And
What we have considered is this, Manoj.
that's the point we have to consider. We'll hear you on this. That's the one point we'll have to consider.
But otherwise, Manoj, my immediate answer is, we are not dealing with a situation where out of two, one answer is wrong and one answer is.
So why did you
right.
actually, why did NTA eventually come to the conclusion that we will give full marks for option 2 also?
The reason is both were otherwise correct answers, the additions changed. So the confusion was logical.
Not be.
Scientifically,
But-
my lord,
Scientifically,
it's
it
not
cannot be
possible.
a
How
logical.
can you say atoms, most elements of the atom are stable, and then also say all are stable? It'll either be most
What
or
is the question? What is the question?
My lord, I'll just read it out. My lord's question number 19 says,
We take it into the question on tort or criminal procedure, right? So we'll be able to understand it better.
my lord, it's actually, in terms of English construction, it is very straightforward.
Even though.
Two statements. Statement 1, just read it.
Statement 1, my lord, says that
Rajat Mishra is very confident of this. Both of us don't have that confidence on this, but we'll see for the.
My lord, statement 1 says atoms are electrically neutral as they contain equal number of positive and negative charges. To this, there's no problem, my lords. This is fine. Statement 2 says atoms of
What is the
each
question?
element.
If you can read the question, please.
Question.
Oh,
That's the
oh,
question.
that's
This is
the
the
question. Oh.
Statement 2, atoms of each element are stable and emit their characteristic spectrum. Now, my lords, the interesting part is that as per the old NCRT, the answer is atoms of each element are stable and emit characteristic spectrum. As per the new NCRT, it says atoms of most of the elements are stable and emit characteristic spectrum. Now, if a student is looking at this and they know that the new one says most and the old one says each, it is not possible that both are correct. It can either be each or it can be most. Now,
think scientifically, the radioactive elements are not stable.
Therefore, they have given correct answer also.
The answer key said option 4 is therefore the correct answer.
yes.
And
Your Lordship, this was edited, this new edition came into 2019 itself.
Yes.
That atoms of most.
Addition. I have understood the problem.
But students, Mr. Solicitor, students are expected to read the new edition or the old edition?
New edition.
One.
That's the rule.
That's the rule, no?
That's
Yes,
But
that's
if the student relies on an old edition, how can that
he
stick with the
is also, my lord, not to be faulted. That's
No, but your rule says that you have to read the latest edition, right?
23 says only item.
So by giving marks to option 2, you are in that sense going against your own rule, which says you must read the latest edition.
it's a
let me examine this. I have understood,
Just
my lord,
look
the
at
question.
it
There
because
is
a
a
lot of students will be affected in the.
Lord, the 9 lakhs have given answer 4 to be correct.
Let's,
38,370.
See, those who have given 4 as correct are fine.
928 and
427.
424 lakh 20,000.
Just tell us, Mr. Solicitor, what are the figures?
Lord, only as per the old book, the candidates who have given answer is 4,20,773.
That is option 2.
yes.
And option 4,
And new 9,28,379.
9 lakhs, 28,000.
379.
So if you take only option 4 as the correct answer, these 9,28,379 will get full marks for that question.
Which we've already.
So 4 lakh, these they have already got.
Internal
But 4,20,000 students will get
from the right risk.
either
Negative.
0 or a negative mark.
Minus.
Negative marking.
Minus
They will get the negative mark.
5 marks difference.
That's why in
They will make a
totality,
difference of 5 marks.
5 marks.
So they will lose their 4 correct marks
And
they'll get one negative mark.
Your Lordship, what is surprising?
My lords, therefore, when we want to find an equitable solution. Sorry.
Lord, we received, I'm sorry. We received representations from poor families that we used our siblings' book or we didn't have new editions, etc., etc.
Surprising is the older edition, which may have the newest edition 2019 already has that the most elements are stable and emit characteristic spectrum. But what is surprising is the old booklet, that is 2018 or backward, is not even available in the market, Your Lordship.
No, no, that is available. That
I tried to find out what is the older version. From where will I get it? The books are not available. If a child is reading their older
The
siblings'
books are
book,
passed down.
so I don't know when did they pass out.
The books are passed down, my lords. That's the reason, and most importantly, it's the reason that a lot of there may be centers
older
that teach
versions
the
are.
older version.
I will not join issue. They have some case, my lord, we will examine.
Lordship, I am a student from EWS. And I have the
Obviously.
The problem is, suppose we accept their argument and we say that anybody who answered option 2 shouldn't get any marks. None of those students are here.
Problem.
My
And-
lords, will
and-
you just
and-
say
It would reshuffle
5 marks. 5 marks, a very substantial difference.
4 plus 1.
Somebody who makes, because 44 out of 61 students,
And those
get
who have,
all those 44 students will not only go down from 720, they'll get from 720, they'll go come to 715.
yes.
and those who have not answered, not because they were brilliant, but because they were not answering, they would be benefited.
In the sense that those who answered
Then-
option
Yes.
2 will go out of the fray.
My lords, if
Then
we
it
were
may
to
be
do
deleted.
this equitably,
Both hands go.
just takes me.
Mr. Solicitor, the way your answers are framed, answer 2 is both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Right? That means both are correct. 4 is statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. You couldn't have treated both as correct answers.
Yes, Your Lord.
Highly,
one and-
very absurd, sir.
Your Lord.
Both.
2 and 4. 2
Let
and
me,
4.
I'm, let me examine.
Your Lord.
Just examine. Because
And
you have to take either option 2 or option 4. How can we
Both
take
can't
both
be
as well?
true.
Both can't. They can't survive. They can't exist.
prima facie that appears.
they can't. My lords,
With my lord's kind permission,
my,
In item 3,
It can vary from.
with my lord's kind permission, may I beg to appear in item number 3.21?
One option is mutually exclusive.
Lordship,
Yes.
yes. One is saying yes, other is saying no. It is clear case of the ruling out each other.
Your Lordship, the provisional answer key had option 4 as the right answer.
Right.
It was only subsequent to the challenge by 13,000 odd students that the expert committee tend to change the answer.
Because of the older edition.
Yes, Your
it's by
The
deeming.
answer, the change is not because 2 is also correct.
No.
No.
But because 2 was what was shown in
Yes.
an older edition.
Yes.
Yes, Your Lord.
May be correct also. We do not know, my lord. Right now, I can't say, my lord.
Your Lord.
My lord,
It's
scientifically
technically, my lord,
possible.
Yeah.
It's not our subject. Maybe it is correct. It may be.
The experts,
Yes. We have the report of the expert also.
Mr. Solicitor, did the experts say that actually 2 is the correct answer?
I have not seen, my lord. I
That's
must.
what they said.
Initially, first answer key has shown option 2 only correct, sir. It is the what difference of the question number. And later on, 2 options of the revisions.
All right, now
My
we have
lord,
heard everybody on this.
Lord, there is
We
one.
have the expert committee.
Let's see the experts.
My lord, there is one issue of Meghalaya students where 2 centers, the papers were wrongly distributed. And then by the time the right question papers were distributed, around 40 to 1 hour time was lost. Now, in their written submission, the NTA says at 17 July written submission at page 21, paras 21, my lord, they say that factual reports from city coordinators of Joy and Riboi, which are in Meghalaya, have established that loss of time was compensated for all appearing candidates. Lord, this is incorrect because in my case, these students have come up, they made representation that loss of time was there.
Just one
and
second. 1 second.
3.34, Lord. I'll just.
Lord, separately considered. But I'll examine.
Uh,
My lord, I'm at serial number 2.3.
my lords,
Sawal. Okay. Both answers cannot be correct. As a layman, let me.
No, the statement 2 can't be correct because the radioactive element is not stable.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So the correct answer would have to be 4.
And it's submitted with 3.
Yes, yes.
Varying from paper to
So
paper.
possibly the earlier books mentioned a wrong answer.
They mentioned the wrong answer.
That's
And it can't be that both answers are treated as correct because there is an internal inconsistency between option 2 and option 4. One can't survive with the other.
exactly. That's
Both
what
can
I say.
survive together.
That as a layman, I feel both can't coexist. Both can't be true.
You see, normally you take two options as correct, where possibly both options are the correct answer. Now, in a situation like this, there is obviously an internal inconsistency between option 2 and 4. Both can't survive together. That's the problem. But I'll tell you what is worrying us also. I mean, that now 4,20,000 students have got the benefit of what you have done.
And based upon the book printed and continued to remain
There
printed.
you don't have much of a case because your rules say that when you have to go by the
Yes, sir. Yes, your lordship.
I think there is no such rule, my lord. I am told, subject to verification.
We just check
There
that
is no
out. You
such
can also sit with the officers in the evening and
Yes,
tell us.
I will.
I appear in 3.20.
I have 3.34, my lord. In the
To make a short submission.
where the writ petition was
That's
filed
not
by
the
the
issue.
students.
3.34,
my lord, if my lord may kindly have it. The students of Jovai and Riboi.
So you got the wrong question paper.
Wrong question paper. Then they were right question papers were circulated, which resulted in a time lag of.
But according to the NTA, the loss of time was compensated, no?
Lord, that is what I wanted to show. We were not given any compensatory marks, nor we were permitted to appear in the re-examination which was conducted for 1,563 students. And if my lord may kindly have my additional documents, IA number 133878 of 2020.
Lord, Mr. Solicitor, this is a slightly different case. You can take instructions.
I am 3.20.
3.34. My learned solicitor.
I am appearing 3.3 and
3.16. I want to show two pages just.
Now, what is your grievance?
It is regarding Manoj that we say that a re-NEET should be happen, Manoj.
Sorry?
A retest should be happen, Manoj. Grievance is that, Manoj.
On what?
On Manoj, I have 2 pages, Manoj.
Now,
my IA.
Tell us how many lawyers are asserting a retest should be happening now? No, apart from those who have argued.
I'm the lawyer.
So, those who are saying a retest should be happening, give us a one-page, half-page written submission on why the retest should happen.
Yes,
email it to the court master by this evening. All right. Those who are saying a retest should happen, not those who have argued in the court, right? Those who have argued in the court, you need not submit your written submissions. Those who additionally want to supplement half a page, you can give us.
Just one. There is one graph.
I say one thing more.
All right.
There is one graph.
With my lord's kind permission, I'm in 3.21.
There is one graph I want to show, Manoj.
So what graph?
The graph of the students, comparative graph of what was the test results, Manoj, between 2023 and 2024. There is a graph which, Manoj, the graph earlier was that it achieves a peak and it dies down, Manoj.
Right.
Now it is not like that. It is like it is achieving a peak, then it is going like this, Manoj.
Right.
Then coming to
that he showed. Your
yes.
friend showed.
And then, Manoj, there is one also secondary argument, Manoj. There was a news report which says there was CCTV missing, CCTVs which were there, which should be there, were missing. There were unguarded strong rooms, and which was found in an independent review of this, Manoj, by a third party, Manoj. So what was happened, Manoj? It is like 40% of the exam centers. There were no CCTVs. There no guard at the
point has been made. All right.
Lordship, permit me to mention something more than this.
Why don't you mention it in your
Lordship, today morning itself, I received some documents from my client. I did not file anything, but this is something more than that. I appeared in the examination. As per the matching of the answer sheet sent by the NTA, I obtained 561 marks. When NTA sent a result to me, then I obtained only 353 marks. When, as per my Lord's order, they uploaded the entire result, I obtained 461 marks. That is much more than that, my lord. No, it is not listed, my lord, because today itself I received all these things. So please, my lord, I have this, my lord.
I have not even filed a matter.
It's only today morning.
We have not even filed a matter. What do we take cognizance?
I could not file because itself today morning I received all these things.
You file something, we'll then deal with it. We can't just take up matters like this.
These are 3-4 papers, Lordship, if may see.
Look, anybody who has...
And I belongs to a OBC candidate, my lord.
Anybody who has individual grievances, you may communicate your grievances. What we'll do is, we are hearing the broader issue here. Any individual grievances, we'll dealing and we'll hear that separately, you know.
Milos, 3.5.
One prayer is left out in item number 3.16. I have prayed, first prayer is re-NEET. Alternate prayer is, my lordships, forensic background check of the successful candidate.
All right, that will.
Milos, 3.25 is a little different because we are saying that the no re-NEET should not happen.
Sorry?
This is for a group of students from Maharashtra, Milos, 3.25.
And you are saying there should be no re-NEET?
No re-NEET, yes, Milos.
So you have to be on this side?
Yes, yes.
So what is your argument, Ms. Dave?
The main argument is that this will create severe hardship to the students' hard work who have put in this effort not only since 8th till 12th, which is almost 4 to 5 years. Many students have also taken drop and prepared for this examination. And also, my lords, if we see the timeline, the process of registration started on 9th of Feb. The exam happened in May. The results came in June. So this will also entail them to again come back to this entire timeline and again draw back their procedure. So, my lords, we have certain submissions on that no re-NEET will be huge hardship for the students.
How many students are in the same boat as Ms. Tanvi Dubey, who said there should be no retake? Or let me have. Anyway,
my lord, I want to say one thing, my lord, in my matter, my lord.
That's the point.
I say, my lord, I have not attempted the question for the reason, my lord, because there was double answer, my lord. So because of, my lord, apprehensions of negative marking, I have not attempted, my lord. So I have filed an IA to that effect, my lord.
Virendra Kumar Sharma.
Please, my lord.
What is your contention?
My contention is, my lord, I have not attempted the questions, my lord, for the reason because there were two.
Question 19.
And I may get negative marking, my lord.
Question 19.
Yes, my lord.
Then that's same as your learned friend Ms. Sukriti Chaudhary didn't answer the question.
So I say, my lord, full marks is to be given, though I have not attempted because of the apprehension.
That we have heard already. We have heard
total.
My lord,
And there is one more IA, my lord. There are two IA, my lord.
Now, what is your client's total mark?
Sorry, my lord.
How many marks did your client get totally?
My lord, total marks, my lord, I got, my lord, 654, my lord. 654, my lord. 6.
So you will get 658.
Yes, man.
My lords, in item 3.21, may I be permitted to say?
And one more application, my lord, one more application.
Senior advocate, she is online when she's trying to make a submission. The issue is slightly different.
Yes, Ms. Gupta.
My lords, my case is a standalone matter. I am seeking retest and parity with the 1,563 students who've been permitted retest due to lack of loss of time. I suffer from hypohidrosis, which is extreme sweating of palms and sole. I was not permitted to take the handkerchief despite the fact it is not a banned item. Even in my OMR sheet, I could not fill my roll number properly. Lordship, may kindly have page 41 of the PDF.
It will be a complete retest.
Yes, but that's because I lost my time in that because my OMR sheet, my roll number was wrongly mentioned. And then they put the white fluid, and then every time the video will show that I was not permitted. When I make a representation, they don't decide it. This court directs and they say there was no ban on getting the handkerchief. But still I was not permitted. I was carrying my medical certificate. Because of that excessive sweating, my bubbling was, my pen was moving because of the sweating. I couldn't do proper bubbling.
All right.
It's a totally standalone case.
All right. So now we'll close the arguments on this side.
Deeply obliged.
May I mention item 3.24?
May I mention filed IA regarding that question only?
Completely different aspect.
May I mention one IA regarding that question only, that has come in the office report only, listed for today also, but it was not in the call list. My IA may also be considered on the similar lines.
Item 3.34.
Lord, can I mention?
Lord, may I mention item 3.24?
In item 3.3.
My lord, in item 1, I am saying NTA officials are in.
Let's,
Lord,
No?
my lord, may I? May I have kind permission to mention item 3.24, my lord? Please. But I am submitting the NTA. Item item 1 is a completely different.
Possible option which we have for that question 19 is that we can appoint, you just take instructions, we can appoint right now, we can ask the director IIT Delhi to appoint a board of experts. They'll take 5 minutes to give us a correct answer, right? And from the Department of Chemistry. And by tomorrow evening, they can tell us which is the correct answer.
Lords, may I respond 10:30 tomorrow? Let me just examine if there is a possible solution. Otherwise, my lords.
But that direction would imply that my argument for NEET is gone.
No, that is without prejudice to your argument. This is on this argument which these people are making. We are considering that. We are going to hear arguments on the other side. Otherwise, what happens is, after we decide that, then again to do this exercise will be too long. So simultaneously, we can do both.
But I can leave it to your lordships, because I can otherwise respond at 10:30 minutes.
Was there a will you just put it up
Stealing the channel.
That's what I said.
My lord, it may not, I'm suggesting, I will either way no difficulty. Instead of a committee, it can even be a one person. My lord, that's all. This is not something great. For an expert, it can't take one.
Question number 19. At the NEET. The following question, do not give the number.
Yes,
because it could change one.
Only question. On atoms in physics, sir.
Question, yeah.
Q3.
Questions.
Q3.
One of the questions at the NEET UG 2024 examination read as follows. Colon. PDF page.
They have the.
My lords, in item 4, it's the question is at page 22, if that assists my.
Page 33, yeah? Page 33. Page 33.
You'll have to give the number of the matter so that.
Page 23, my lords.
This is page 23.
Yes. Huh? And the question is at page 24.
Yeah, printed page 23.
Yes.
We not sure what they have done. In order to resolve the issue, As indicated above, comma, four options were indicated in the question as frame, of which students had to select one option as their answer. Full stop. In order to resolve the issue as regards the correct answer to the above question, comma, we are of the considered view that an expert opinion should be sought from IIT Delhi. Stop. We request the director of IIT Delhi to constitute.
Any senior professor of the subject, Manoj. I think it's physics paper.
Physics. Physics also have interrelations to
Director at IIT Delhi to constitute a team of, let there be a team of 3 experts, because a team of 3 experts who would be in a position, who may, of the subject concerned, to stop. The expert team constituted by the director is requested to formulate its opinion on the correct option for the above question, and to remit its opinion to the registrar, to the Secretary General of this court, preferably by 12 noon on
23rd.
The Registrar General is requested to communicate a copy of this order to the Director IIT Delhi so that expeditious action
Today itself.
So that expeditious action can be taken. Expeditious steps for the preparation of the opinion and be taken as stated above.
Also add that this was without prejudice to the contentions of the other side. Otherwise, it will be deemed to mean.
But we need not tell IIT Delhi that it is without prejudice.
In the order, man. In the order.
Look, let's not confuse the academic experts by all these linguistic excursions without prejudice. This is an understanding. We have told Mr. Huda that for us it's without prejudice.
Shall we place
if we decide a retest for the entire nation, then this
goes.
But instead of deciding that first, then making a reference, we'll do it simultaneously.
Shall we place our report before them if they need any?
No, that's why we have not even said, what happened, etc. Because then they'll get confused on what exactly. Let them give us that one correct answer.
Can I mention, we have filed 6 intervention application in 369 petition number. That may be allowed, and we may be permitted to file a short submission.
Yes.
Grateful.
Grateful, my lord.